Gilbert Arenas says Ben Simmons can be the Phoenix Suns' Draymond Green. Now, I wanted to talk about that and unpack what Gilbert Arenas is saying there because he may have just done a really, smart kind of nuanced take on where Ben Simmons is at this point in his career. And to be honest, if the Phoenix Suns were to acquire Ben Simmons and use him the way Draymond is used at Golden State, that's probably the best use of him you would get at the moment, where the Suns have got three high level scorers in Booker, Bill, and Durant. Adding in a Ben Simmons where he's really going to have little to no expectation to shoot the ball, and the team won't need him to shoot the ball either. If he does the same role that Draymond does at Golden State, and considering the offensive talent the Phoenix Suns have, that probably should be the case. So really, what you're needing Ben Simmons to do at this point is, at times maybe carry the ball, be there for screens and dribble handoffs, really, and rebound. That's pretty much what Draymond does. He doesn't offensively brings very little to the game. 3-point shooting almost non-existent. Mid range, a bit of a mid range, but even then, nothing too crazy. That could be a Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons isn't going to be coming back and shooting threes at a respectable clip. I don't care what social media videos you show me of Ben Simmons draining it from deep. Like, no, that's not that's not going to happen come the season. So it's quite an easy fit, and I think it's a fit that makes a lot of sense if Ben Simmons was to be able to be moved to the Phoenix Suns. That's the sort of trade I would see potentially happening early in the season. So I think maybe if Ben Simmons gets a good 5-10 games under him, gets a good 5-10 games under him where he's showing that sort of potential, that sort of playmaking, that point forward potential. Really, that's what you're asking him to be. If he can be a body for the defense, set screens. He's athletic enough to. Well, he was athletic enough to do it at one point. He's had supposedly a lot of injuries, so we'll see how mobile he is. And of course, the Phoenix Suns won't be needing buckets from him like Philadelphia did. Because at that point, and Embiid was good enough to carry the offense, to be fair, and he did. So, but really, even at that point, Embiid, he was still quite green. You need two guys. I mean, because Embiid's better. Even at that point, Embiid was one of the best players in the league, but he still would have needed, if he had an elite scoring guard if he had, I was even going to say like a Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard's, he's terrible on offense. But say they had a Damian Lillard plus Embiid, would have been an insane duo that probably would have won rings. And of course, Damian wouldn't have made the stupid pay that Ben Simmons did when he, had a wide open layup and passed it out, which is really where this all begins and is the beginning of his downfall. Because that's when people found out truly just how useful he is on offense. And then injuries and crazy media stuff. And now he's found his way to Brooklyn. We'll see. We'll see what's next for Ben Simmons. But I think that's a great take from Gilbert Arenas regarding Ben Simmons playing that role at the Phoenix Suns. I think that's a role that suits both down to a T. It's exactly what the Suns could use, and it's a role that Ben Simmons can do. So yeah, super curious to know what you guys think of that, and let me know in the comments below.